what 30 different experts would do in 30 days starting from scratch. I'm going to show you 6 things that each of them did similarly across the board. Grab your favorite drink and let's get into it.
Each of these experts sat down and gave a blueprint of what they would do if they had to start from scratch and make it within 30 days. Now, a number of them have done this in the past anyway. Like they've had their business fail and they've had to start over. All of them have been through the process of making it. I mean, they're where they are because they did make it. The 30 days time limit is what's a little bit different for some of them. So some of it is theory on what they would do for that 30 days. So for example, they might say, I'm going to do Facebook Lives every day and then boost the Facebook Lives. And then along in their blueprint, they'll say, well, by this time I will have gotten 5 clients and I'll be busy making $20,000 a month. Although that's there, whether that actually happens or not is, up to conjecture. But given the numbers and what they're doing, they've basically laid down the process for you. So here are the 6 things. First off, most of them had morning habits, meaning they established a morning routine that rejuvenated their mind, body, and spirit. This could involve a long time frame. Now, for example, Trey Llewellyn, he takes 3 hours to get ready, okay? And half of that time he's listening or reading inspirational material. And a number of people have referenced Tony Robbins in his morning routine, so it's something to check up on. I like how Stacey Martino put it. Magic doesn't happen from the crap zone. So you need to get yourself aligned in the morning, and then when the magic that you are creating has a solid foundation. So next would be researching your niche or audience, the target market you're going after, whatever you want to call it. These are the people that you've said, okay, I want to serve these people. And by and large, most of the experts said it had to do with service. For most of them, service was top of mind, meaning they weren't just going to sell something. They're serving their audience. Stephen Larson in particular is very loud-spoken about saying, don't be creative. Look and research at what your audience needs are. Don't guess that you know what they are. And forget being creative. Establish what's actually there and establish the solutions that are. That means researching social media. A lot of people will use Facebook groups. Join a number of Facebook groups. Ask questions. Look at what questions that people have. And then using those questions, the problems that come up in those groups, then that's when you get to the next part, which is so after you know who you're serving, your niche, then of course you have to research their pain points or their problems. And this is vitally important. Most of the people within the book rely upon there being problems that they're finding a solution for and then systemizing those solutions. So you're going to find out what the problems are. You're going to establish the solutions, make sure they're duplicatable, and then make sure there's a system for achieving those results for people. So there has to be a system, a duplicatable system, not just that it works for you or maybe a couple other people, but that you've systematized it, broken it down to a very clear system that someone can follow and get the results that you've said they're going to get. Now, obviously, info products and everything like that does always have a little asterisk saying it depends on your skill, it depends on a lot of different factors, but in general, the more you systematize, the more you break down the process and make it duplicatable, the easier it is for someone to actually achieve the results that you say you're going to achieve. That systemization is really important, and you can use tools like Trello in order to keep it all organized, not only for yourself, but also if you end up hiring out to other people. Now, in the words of Stacey Martino, what you should be asking is, what do they need in order to have hope again? That hope is really important, not just solving little problems. You're really helping these people. You're establishing hope again. That hope is really important, and you're going to be digging in and really having solutions so that people can save their business, or in the case of Stacey Martino, save their marriage, and so on. A lot of them will do is establish cornerstone content. This is content on your blog, on social media posts, and you're constantly going back to these, what I like to call mantras. This is cornerstone beliefs or cornerstone things that you talk about on a regular basis. This cornerstone content is best to have on a blog because then you can point back to it from a social media post. You might highlight something in a social media post, you point back to the blog post, and then people can get more. These are established points that you're putting out there that you believe in, that help people with their problems, that you believe in, that are part of your solution, that are part of your philosophy, that are part of the whole thing that you're trying to get out there. So you want to have that cornerstone content so you can point back to it. And then you want to have regular social media posts, put a hook out there to get people interested. As in the words of Jeremy McGilvrey, capture their heart and captivate their mind. So your content isn't just going for the mind, it's going for the heart. It's not just having solutions, it's humor, it's all a myriad of things, but you need to have that cornerstone content so you can point people back to it. Okay, so the sixth one is to create something simple right away. A one-page website. Doesn't matter. You need to establish something simple right away so you can either make a sale or start building an audience. And that is really what you want to do. A lot of the people made it simple so they could just go in and do that. And then they may build things out later, but you really want to establish early on that place where people can come back to sign up or even to purchase. And that really doesn't need to be a full-fledged website. You just want to get traction, and that's where a simple landing page comes into play. Now, these 6 points are just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what the 30 experts end up doing, but there's a lot more similarities. I highly recommend the book down below. The 30 Days book, there's a link that shows you how to get it as part of a larger challenge that basically establishes a sales funnel for you and your business. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thinker, but I'm just a singer, all messy and pretty, just making believe. Boy, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down to obscurity. Don't let me ever be this alone. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. Shouldn't be trusting me, I could be making it all up, you know. I